Hello everyone, my name is Cletus and welcome to the Iron Bars, my true crime YouTube channel. I know guys, I have been gone for a very hot minute. Things happen, life happens, and I need to take care of some few things here and there. And I have been praying that please God, let the community that I have built on this channel forgive me and also be patient with me. 2024 has been very, very busy and now things have slowed down, and trust and believe me, I am back and I am following some trial cases that are happening here in South Africa as well as in the United States. Sooner or later, I am going to start talking about trials that are happening in the United States that I've taken an interest in, and Young Thug being one of that. And so I thought, hey, I got great community here on this channel, and I am sure they are waiting for content. And now we are back, guys. I want to talk about a case that is still ongoing here in South Africa, and I have been following this case with you guys before I disappeared. The Thabo Bester escape. If you remember very well, Thabo Bester is a Hundini in South Africa. He escaped from a CMEX prison in 2022 around May, but he was caught in 2023, and he and his doctor girlfriend, they escaped to Tanzania, where they were apprehended and deported back to South Africa, which sparked a whole other legal actions that were taken, with the lady who is the girlfriend of the prisoner taking the state to court. She started by challenging her extradition to South Africa, and indeed the court did agree that extradition laws were violated. However, she did not show any action to say, hey, listen, I am refusing to come with you, meaning the Home Affairs and the police, back to South Africa without a hearing here in Tanzania. She feels that she was kidnapped by South Africa from Tanzania. And of course, she lost because she was not kicking and screaming when she was being brought back to South Africa. And so she took the matter to the Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloemfontein, where the matter is currently at. And so Thabo Bester himself, he has made few appearances since this year began. Just last week, the matter was postponed to today because he just got a new lawyer. He keeps getting new lawyers, firing them, getting new lawyers, fire them. And even last week, he had no lawyer. That second last time he appeared in the Bloemfontein High Court, he did a speech, a very impressive speech, I must say. He almost sounded like he has a law degree. Well, it makes sense because this is a guy who has been coming in and out of courts almost all entire life. And so he kind of picked up the dialect and the jargons that lawyers use, and he was using that as well when he was making some submissions. Basically, his submissions are he is not treated fairly where he is incarcerated. He is incarcerated in Kgosimampuru, a maximum prison in Pretoria, and he says that he is confined, or he's put in solitary confinement for 23 hours, and he only has 1 hour a day where he is put somewhere where he can be a little bit free, and he feels that he's being treated like an animal. Secondly, he says that they are not providing him with the correct food because he's chronically diabetic, and they give him food that triggers his diabetic, whatever you call diabetic people have when they eat food they're not supposed to eat. And also, he's crying about the treatment by the correctional services as well. He says that they treat him less than a human. And the fourth, what do you call this? His complaint is that he is not given privacy when he has to consult with his lawyers, because people, the correctional services people, are all over whenever he needs to consult. And there is in South Africa a law where it protects the client and lawyer or attorney privilege, and all of that is violated with all correctional services people just standing there listening to his business. And he is taking the same people to court that he needs to consult with his lawyers about, and so he feels that he will not have a fair trial. He repeated these applications or these complaints today and said he's not going to have a fair trial. The least that the state can do for him is get him a laptop so that he can consult virtually with his lawyer when he is sitting in the solitary confinement where they keep him for 23 hours. And he cried about all kinds of stuff that he was hoping that this court was going to make an order about. However, the magistrate, I mean, sorry, not the magistrate, the judge said he was bringing two different matters that belong to two different forums. He's bringing an application regarding his stay in the Correctional Service Center, and that is not for this court to decide on. He needs to take it to a different forum that is relevant to what needs to be done, and all the other stuff regarding a fair trial that he's going to have with the Bloemfontein High Court. Then the judge said there's merit there. It's something that he needs to look at. However, the papers that were submitted, or the application that was submitted, it's missing some few things. It's improper at this stage, but it's got merit. However, he cannot adjudicate to such an application that has so many things that are missing in order for him to make an informed ruling on these complaints. Also, Thabo Bester put on the table that his mental health is not good at all. At some point, his lawyer feels that we may have Thabo Bester in court in a physical body, but his mind will not be around. And that too, on its own, will tantamount to an unfair trial. I'm not quite sure what strategy that is being pulled there about his mental health. That probably may play in his favor, either to reduce the sentence if he ever found guilty, or even escape the entire sentence on his own because of being unfit due to mental health issues. I don't know, but there's definitely a strategy right there. So when the judge turned to the other lawyers of other 6 co-accused with Thabo Bester, that also includes his girlfriend, the doctor, they all said they are ready to start the pre-trial and they are ready for trial as well. However, Dr. Nandipha Magudumana, this is Thabo Bester's girlfriend, she says that, listen, I want to know from the court, since I launched an application with the Supreme Court of Appeal, how will this affect the trial now when it came to her? And of course, the court said, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. However, then Magudumana is not quite happy with that answer from what I understand. She wants a definitive answer. How will her application with the Supreme Court of Appeal affect the current case? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool, she's got a point, but the case has been postponed. Basically, the trial is going to start in February of 2025. That is 7 months from now. And so in 7 months from now, the Supreme Court of Appeal can call Nandipha Magudumana, or Dr. Nandipha Magudumana, for her hearing regarding her being taken from Tanzania to South Africa with the violation of the extradition treaty laws that were violated by South Africa by bringing in her without a hearing in Tanzania. Whether it's going to rule in her favor or not, if it rules in her favor, she's still not quite free yet. All that they will do is, the moment the Supreme Court of Appeal say, you know what, you are a free woman, indeed you were kidnapped in Tanzania, the police can always rearrest her appropriately this time, since she's on the soils of South Africa, and she still will not see the light of day as a free woman until next year, February 2025, when the trial begins. So if you're wondering what Dr. Nandipha Magudumana's involvement in this, she is known to be the girlfriend of Thabo Bester, and she may have helped him to escape from CMAX prison with the help of the CMAX employees who are co-accused with Thabo Bester. And Thabo Bester had to pay some few hundreds of thousands of rands to ensure and secure his escape in May of 2022. He lived for almost a year as a free man. The only problem that got him caught was a photo that was taken of him doing groceries at Woolworths in Sandton, and that photo was taken by somebody who admired the doctor, because Dr. Nandipha Magudumana was an aesthetic doctor who was popular and a celebrity in South Africa. And this particular person who took the photo happened to love her. And then she took the photo, showed a friend of hers, like, hey, look, I saw Dr. Nandipha Magudumana at Woolworths, the same Woolworths I was shopping at, and she had a kid and her boyfriend. The girl that saw the picture was like, wait a minute, this man is the one that violated me. And I'm told that he is serving 65 years in prison because he also took a life of a model while he was robbing her. And so that is why he's serving a life sentence plus other crimes of theft every time he lured women from on Facebook and promised them a job of modeling only to rob them. And with one, he ended up unfortunately ending her life. This girl was like, this guy is, no, 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 this is the guy that violated. So he forced himself on some of these girls, and one of those girls is the one that saw the photo and said, no, 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 this is my violator. How come he is free? And the police didn't even tell me that he was released. And of course, this is how he got arrested, because news were sent to private newspapers because they did not trust the mainstream media because they don't know what was happening. And the private media is the one that burst the story and turned it on its head, and hence we are here today. So it's quite interesting what the correctional services said in response to the court that, listen, it's not true that Thabo Bester is confined in solitary confinement for 23 hours. Secondly, he is a escapee in a CMX prison, so he is treated differently from all the other prisoners according to the Correctional Services Act. And also other stuff that he's crying about, they are not true. He's not mistreated in any way or form. And they also said having a laptop brought to him is not a privilege that he has a right to, and therefore that is just a luxury they are not going to offer him. I was like, okay, cool. Then if he's not able to consult with his lawyer, because his lawyer himself tells the court that the conditions with which he has to consult with his clients are unconducive in that prison, which therefore means that he will have an unfair trial. So like I said, the trial will start in February of 2025. That is 7 months from now. It's going to be interesting what happens in between this time, because I don't think Thabo Bester is going to roll over and play dead with tactics that he's going to pull as they move towards February 2025. Other than that, guys, those are the updates that I've been waiting to do for a long time regarding this matter, because I wanted to see when is the trial going to start so that I can start reporting to you and updating you on the trial. So I guess we'll have to wait for the next 7 months. Other than that, I am going to be doing true crime videos coming from the United States as well that are currently happening that I've taken an interest in as well. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Please don't leave this video without liking and also leaving a comment down below, and make sure that you click the bell notification so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Guys, I missed y'all. Thank you all so much. Much love. Goodbye.